lip. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hi Pookie, welcome back to another video. There's clearly a lot of temptation in front of my face right now, okay? We have a McChicken from McDonald's. We have Chipotle. And we have a Crunch Wrap Supreme from Taco Bell. Do you guys know how hard it is to not eat all of this food? But guess what, baby girl? They are low calorie, high protein, meaning that I can have all of this without feeling guilt, and it's fresh fruit, and I know exactly what's being put in my body, and it tastes way better. And that's what today's video is going to be about, okay? We're going to make McChickens at home, we're gonna make Chipotle at home, and we're gonna make Taco Bell at home, and I'm gonna show you how you can have whatever food you want as long as you just make healthy swaps. So let's get into it. All right, y'all, we are starting with the first fast food option, which is your favorite, Chipotle. Y'all, I love Chipotle, okay? I could live on Chipotle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In another life though. Like I live, die, ride Chipotle. But you know what's better than Chipotle? Me making it at home, Pookie. Because I know exactly what's being put in my body. I know the ingredients that are being used, and it's more fresh, it's more clean, and I'm making it with love. We are gonna start with Chipotle, and the number one thing that we have in Chipotle is rice. So I'm going to cook the jasmine rice first. We're gonna clean our rice together. Always clean your rice until that water is clear. And I don't have a rice cooker. I use the pan, but it still comes out sticky. Maybe I should get a rice cooker. I don't know, but let's get into it, Pookie. Here we have 1 cup of jasmine rice, my lovers. This is for about 2 servings of bowls. It really depends on your macros and where you wanna be, but I'm going to put all of the ingredients here. I will tell you what the macros and calories are for the measurements if you were to use these ingredients. But for right now, just don't even mind what I'm doing. I'm going to give you perfect calories and macros for every single recipe. All right, so the first thing that we got on the menu is cleaning our rice. If you don't know how to cook, baby girl, the first rule when you want to make rice, clean that hoe. We don't want that water to be gray. We want that water to be clear. And then once we do that, we're gonna make it. And if you don't have a rice cooker, you don't know how to make rice, I'm about to teach you, Pookie. At this grown age, you don't know how to make rice? Don't worry though, because your girl still get sticky rice. All right, y'all, my rule to jasmine rice, per cup of rice, per 2 cups of water. So I have a cup of rice, that means 2 cups of water. That's what works for me. I know a lot of people have different tricks and stuff. What I recommend is reading the label that the packaging came into. It's always gonna work. That's what works for me. Now that we have our water, we're gonna bring it onto the pan. We're bringing our stove to 1 to 2, so low heat. All right, y'all, now we're putting a teensy bit of avocado oil in here. Some salt. Now we're going to add the rice in. Once this starts to boil, we immediately want to put a lid on her and then put the heat on high. And then at that point, it should only take about no longer than 15 minutes to make your rice. Chicken breast, my lovers, the best protein, the best lean protein you can possibly put in your body is her. And we're gonna wash her. Yes, I know. You're not supposed to clean your chicken. Guess what? Guess what? I'm still cleaning my chicken, Pookie, because that is gross to me, okay? I cannot eat a chicken without cleaning it. Usually you want to put in salt, some vinegar up in here. Do I disinfect my sink every day, girl? Oh my God, all of that bacteria, girl. I'm about to clean my literal sink after this, okay? I hear her boiling, y'all. We gotta close her up. Boom. You bring her to a high heat, and now you want to monitor the time. So right now it is 5:29 p.m. I will check on her at 5:40. Now we are up to seasoning our clean, beautiful chicken. You could either cut this up in cubes before or after. I'm actually gonna end up doing it after. I wouldn't be able to see like all my chickens being cooked. But yeah, so let's start with the seasoning. I am Dominican, baby girl, and we use cobitas en polvo, but it's entirely up to you. I highly recommend also switching your ingredients here, but girl, we only live once, and let me just season my chicken in. Hey! All right, so we got that in there. Since we use all of that sodium, we're only gonna stick to pepper here. So pepper that I'm running out of, Jesus. Dominican oregano. I'm gonna put a bit of garlic salt in here. I'm out of my garlic cloves. I'm gonna mix them up. Y'all, a secret to browning your chicken is sugar. You would put it into the oil. Once you see that the sugar is browning, then you will go ahead and put your chicken in, and your chicken will automatically always have a color. So that's what we are aiming for here, because your girl just cannot have that chicken. I need that color. And then once that starts to brown, we put our chicken in. All right, y'all, now that oil is getting brown, so we gotta put in our chicken. Up next, we got our pico de gallo and our guac, baby girl. Our favorite thing in the world. You can't have Chipotle without your guac. Alright, y'all, we are now getting into our guac. We're getting into our pico de gallo. Our chicken is ready. Our rice is ready. Do you see how easy this is, you guys? Like, we're not doing anything complicated. We're just cutting up the onions. We're making some rice. We're making some chicken. And then we're gonna just put all of these ingredients together. We got our pico de gallo. We got our guac. We got our rice. We got our chicken. You can put cheese if you want to. Just really depends on you. I personally don't want cheese. I'm gonna put lettuce on mine, and then I'm also going to show you a trick if you are a sour cream obsessor and need to have sour cream with your bowl, all right? All right, so what's going in my avocado, you guys? We got cilantro, we got lime, we got a little bit of jalapeno. I'm actually gonna put half of this because you know that girl could get spicy, and then purple onion. That is all going to be put into my bowl with some salt and pepper, and that is it. You guys, I'm gonna have to go ask my neighbors for some pepper. It's so funny. I literally don't know any of my neighbors, so this is gonna be an issue. I just Instacarted pepper, you guys. So, it's missing pepper, but it's coming. Now we're gonna make our pico de gallo, baby. Don't play. Use that lime in there, baby. So our pico de gallo consists of tomate, cilantro, cebolla roja. You see how good that pico de gallo looks, baby? Perfect, okay? Pure perfection. So we got a guac, we got our pico de gallo, and now we are up to our chicken. All right, y'all, now to cut our chicken into little pieces. You could use a knife, or you could use meat scissors. I personally love them, especially when I'm making my chicken into cubes. It's just that much easier, and I personally feel like it's quicker. All right, so y'all know that Chipotle rice has cilantro in it, and it has some lime in it. So that's what we are trying to gimmick right now. She still looks bomb. It is time to assemble our bowl, baby girl. We got our rice as our base. You know how they be doing it at Chipotle. But this time, baby girl, we know exactly what we're putting into our bodies, you know? And we're gonna put in our chicken. These are pretty good guy up in there. Is my Chipotle coming together, Pookies? We got an avocado. Big chunk of that on top right there. And then for my lovers, I love their sour cream. Greek yogurt, plain as your sour cream, baby girl. The best alternative switch you will ever find. And you know what it has, baby girl? It has protein. Y'all wanna add cheese? You add your cheese. And there you have it, baby girl. Chipotle at home, Pookie. Girl, I wanna eat this so bad, but guess what? I have to wait until the video is done so I can present all of the meals together. Y'all, I just ruined it. This is literally only for display, y'all. That's the funny part. Chipotle at home, baby girl. I just mixed this bad boy up. Tell me she doesn't look exactly like Chipotle. I decided I'm just gonna make another one, you guys. I couldn't resist. It smells so good. Oh my God. No, it tastes so much better than Chipotle, I swear. If not better. No cap. Next up on our menu today, y'all, Taco Bell. I know you love a Crunchwrap Supreme. I know I love a Crunchwrap Supreme. But do you know how much calories is in a Crunchwrap Supreme? Do you know what's in your Crunchwrap Supreme? Is there any protein in your Crunchwrap Supreme? I don't think so. Probably there is, but not as much as the one that we're making today. And the one thing I love about this recipe is that it's easy. We don't got no time to be in the kitchen for an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. And the hardest part of this recipe is gonna be making the ground beef. So the first thing that you wanna do when you're making anything that involves ground beef, always find the leanest meat. So the meat that we're using today is going to be 93% fat free, 7% fat. So I will show you the one that I have. See that? You wanna look for this. 93% lean, 7% fat. So we're going to start with that. I'm gonna cut up an onion because I still like my meat to be a little bit, you know, sazonado. And then we're going to use a taco seasoning, and then our meat is going to be ready, and then I'm going to show you all the toppings that we are going to put into our Crunchwrap Supreme and call it a meal. So let's get started. All right, y'all, now we're gonna add our taco seasoning. This is the one I'm using. This one is so bomb. I think I got this one at Whole Foods. But yeah, it's 15 calories. So we are going to put this whole joint in here. I'm wondering if I should use 2 because there's so much meat in here, but I don't wanna obviously put too many calories and sodium in our food. So we might just keep it to 1, all right? Even though the meat is already producing water, we're gonna add 1/4 cup in here to just add a little bit more moist into our meat. Next up, we're gonna take our 40-calorie tortilla By the way, there's so many places that you can find these, okay? You can find them at Trader Joe's. Old Paso has one. Mission has one as well. I'm gonna give you a list of some options that you guys have. So if you don't find one at your local grocery store, you have some options. But we are going to spray this with some olive oil spray, put it into the air fryer for about 4 minutes to create that tostada that we are going to be using in the Crunchwrap Supreme. Spray that up. And lock her in for 4 minutes. If you do anything more than 4 minutes, it's just gonna fold. And we don't want that. We're adding reduced fat cheddar cheese in here. So you want to get like a handful. I'll give you exact measurements so that way you guys have the exact calorie amounts. But yeah, we're going to be putting cheddar cheese in here, and we're also going to be putting in the taco sauce as well. I have the one from Ortega. We're only going to be doing about 3 tablespoons of this in here. Nothing too crazy. We don't want to overdo it. Gotta keep it healthy, baby girls. And then we're going to just mix this up. I wish you guys can smell it. All right, y'all, now we are going to be using a carb-friendly tortilla. This one is from Mission as well. All right, y'all, we have all of our ingredients out. Tomato, lettuce, nacho cheese, we have Greek yogurt to replace sour cream, and then we have our meat, and we have our Mission low calorie tortilla in front of my face, and then we have our tostada in the air fryer right now, which is pretty much already set. So now we are going to start with our base, which is our nacho cheese. Just gonna rub that in a circular motion. And then we're going to add our meat on top of this. Then we're gonna go ahead and add our tostada. Non-fat Greek yogurt coming out to play again. And we're gonna add our lettuce. Tomato. And then we're gonna flip this, okay? We're gonna flip the tostada. There you go. And now we're going to fold the edges, okay? All right, we're gonna fold here, fold here, fold here, fold here, and then fold here. Which tortilla is breaking, but we gonna make it work. And then we're gonna flip over, okay? And we're gonna add it to the pan as soon as possible. And then we're going to allow this to become golden. Then we're gonna flip, and we have a Crunchwrap Supreme, baby girl. All right, now we flip, and we are all set. Now let's cut this baby in half. Moment of truth, are you ready? The moment you all been waiting for. I wish I can eat her, so just enjoy her for me. She looks amazing. Taco Bell at home, baby. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Y'all, we have our Chipotle, we have our Taco Bell, and now we're missing the most important one, McDonald's. McDonald's, Pookie, McDonald's. First thing we need for McDonald's, you guys, ground chicken, okay? We're gonna season her up. Some salt, pepper, paprika. Mustard. And then we're gonna create bolitas, okay? Let's make a little patty. Perfect in my eyes. What do y'all think? Now we're adding cornflake crumbs into a bowl, okay? I'm gonna put these bad boys in here. Look at these bad boys, you guys. Now they're all ready to go into the air fryer. About the easiest meal I've made today, okay? We're gonna spray some olive oil in here so they don't stick to the air fryer. And then we're going to cook them at 390 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Okay, Pookie? 10 minutes. That's it. That's all it takes. I forgot to show you guys, but I just flipped them, okay? So now the other side is cooking. I'm only putting those in for about 4 minutes. Our burgers are ready to go, bye-bye. All right, y'all, now we're making our McChicken sauce, which is mayonnaise and a hint of mustard, okay? Only a hint. Only a hint. And we're gonna mix this up. The buns that we are using, Barachi buns, okay? Let's make our first one. So the first thing that we wanna start with is our sauce. Not too much, cookies. Not too much. Then we're gonna add our lettuce. Then we're gonna add our McChicken. And there you have it, baby. Your McChicken at home. Let's make the others now. We got our Taco Bell, we got our Chipotle, and we got our Mickey D's, baby. Don't play! Just a close look. I already had a bite of her. Then we got our Chipotle. And then we got our Crunch Wrap Supreme, baby. Crunch Wrap Supreme. All right, y'all, that is a wrap. Your girl is starving, okay? And the one thing that I want, since it was the last thing, I know that it's hot still, is this McChicken, okay? You always save the best for last. And I gotta pick the one that has the most sauce. And I think it's this one, yep. Let's see, taste test. Oh, you see that, y'all? Fresh chicken, okay? Fresh chicken. All right, y'all, I'm going to enjoy this meal without the camera because your girl has been cooking for a really long time, but this video was so fun to make. You know when you just do something hard and you actually do it and you have a vision in your mind of what you want and it just gets fulfilled? That's how I feel right now, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know if I should make it a series, Cooking with Erica with the kitchen. I don't know, okay? But we will do that if that's what we need to do. But anywho, if you made it this far, baby girl, please like, comment, share, but most importantly, subscribe. I love you. Bye. Mwah.